Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of our new podcast, Uneducated Opinions. Every week, we'll be discussing a wide variety of topics, including current events, controversial opinions, and philosophical questions. We cannot emphasize enough the fact that we are incredibly unqualified to be giving our opinions on most of these topics due to our complete lack of education. Well, one of us went to college, but that didn't really help. Anyway, let's get started.
All right, first topic for me. Are you recording, right?
I am.
Okay, cool. So first topic, women should not be allowed in combat roles in the Army. Okay?
Why do you say that?
So there are some cases for it. It provide different perspectives, and it would add more personnel to the Army. But the cons, obviously, I think outweigh the pros. Biologically, men are stronger than women. So, like, if you put a woman in a fist fight against a man of equal training, they would lose most of the time. And they have special needs from the time of the month that may cause complications on the battlefield. That is my start. Any thoughts?
All right. Counter argument to that last point. What if women were required to have hysterectomies?
I mean, that's fair.
I'm not super educated, but I'm like 90% sure that removing the uterus means that time of the month would not happen.
Okay. That would definitely limit the amount of women that would join. So I think that just might ruin the point. But it does counter that second thought, that second point.
Okay, so if their fight to equal rights and getting paid the same would also factor in, they would also have to do the same as men. So yeah, that's my point. Not a good one, but
yeah. What? Say that one more time.
Okay, the fact that they want to be paid the same and everything.
Well, they are in the military. Everyone's paid the same. You're paid on rank, based on rank.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if they're paid the same and they're expected to do the same as a man, why wouldn't they have to fight?
It's not so that they would have to. It's that previously they were not allowed to, and that they are currently allowed to.
The idea is that it's a liability to have a woman on the battlefield as opposed to
Exactly.
a man because they physically cannot perform the same way that a man could.
Exactly. Yes.
I don't know. Personally, the way I feel about it, I want like 40% of like the human race to like cease to exist. So I would prefer that women would be in the military if it would cause like a possible issue that like, you know, would be more casualties, because that's a good thing in my book, because I think that supply chain should get disrupted in such a way that, you know, growing crops at my house would be profitable. So this whole COVID-19 thing was a blessing in disguise for me, because I've been asking for some sort of thing to wipe out the human race, and anything to get us closer to nature would be fantastic. More people dying is a plus in my book, so I disagree with you, Mike. Taking women away, if it's going to cause an issue, throw a fucking wrench in the fucking pile. Fuck it, get rid of them. I mean, I don't always agree that, you know, put a man and a woman in a fight cage, because like I've met a lot of very scrawny men, and I've met some average-sized women that would beat the shit out of those very scrawny men.
That's a good point.
So like, everyone's built different. I had some friends in high school. I mean, I probably wouldn't call them friends, but like that were like 5'2", 5'3", and things like that. And like average women in high school were like 5'4", 5'5", and would easily beat the shit out of those kids because they were just, you know, weak.
I feel
we're also not talking about high schoolers. We're talking about full grown, like,
well, yeah,
20 years old, working.
But who's the recruit for the army? Where do they go? They pick up kids at high school. That's generally the. But when do people join the military?
That's like girls tend to hit puberty first. So like, of course, a 14-year-old girl or a 15-year-old girl is gonna be bigger than some men who like don't hit puberty until 18 even. So like, you can't say like, oh, they were bigger at one point, like, because that guy could literally hit puberty and be 6'2", 240 pounds at some point in his life, right? Like, it's hard for a woman to gain that kind of weight. It's
when
just
I
not-
think
not
about it,
natural.
I think of it pretty much of my senior year of high school when most people have hit that peak. Dan, here I'll give you the rest. Do you remember?
Oh boy.
Okay, so do you remember Dylan, John Luca, and his friends? I don't want to use their last names. I might just like PM them to you.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
I remember them.
Do you remember they had a friend named Jake? And then they had another friend. I don't remember what the other.
I don't
friend's
remember
name
their
is.
names, but I do remember the group because I
Okay.
think they all ran as a group.
They did run as a group, but like they had two friends that were both like 5'1" maximum at
Yeah.
senior year.
So yeah, but
and those kids will
it's-
never be bigger than those.
but I think on average in our high school, the men were still bigger than the women.
Well, yeah.
Like,
No,
yeah.
I think on average, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
like, my point would be like, is a 5 like there's physical requirements that you have to pass to be in the army.
Listen,
like,
I just want these people to die, all right? Like,
So
like the whole the whole
no.
Disney movie, the whole like Thanos snapping finger thing. That's fantastic. I want that to happen.
So I think a lot of people would agree with
Like
you,
it should
but
just be random. Like I just want them. Supply chain is hilarious. Like this whole people can't get graphics cards, people can't buy used cars because like it doesn't happen. This is funny. Like yeah, it's very unfortunate because now it's making some people profit over their fucking used 2004 fucking Honda Civics and shit. But like we look back at the manufacturers and be like, this is your problem. Like this isn't like here's the demand. This is the demand you wanted. Why can't you meet that demand?
Also because their factories were shut down for COVID.
Sounds like their problem.
Couldn't have shut them down.
well, a lot of the supply chain problems going on right now are because at the docks there are boats literally sitting in the docks not being used because a lot of small companies had orders coming.
Train
in.
women
But
to fucking do the work. I don't know what to tell you.
But then the problem is the companies went under, and so they canceled their orders, and now there's nobody there to pick up those containers, and like the docks are just filled of containers that are not being touched because nobody's buying them, and nobody cares to move them, and no more boats can get in. That's part of the problem.
Yeah, that's what's going on at my work.
But,
That's why we
definitely a
can't-
more-
But
that's
but
why
but
we can't
mo-
get
more
our
to the
returns.
point of women in combat, I think I would make the argument that it's probably a little gay to advocate for women to go to combat because if you think about it, the more women that go into combat and die means there's less women for the rest of us. Less women means
God.
means like more men, and you're more than likely to fuck a man if there's no women. So basically what I'm saying is you want women to die so there's more men available for you to have gay sex with.
Yes. So we should send more men into battles so they
Exactly.
all die. So I get 2 women.
Yes.
If we can get that ratio, we're chilling.
If I had to choose men or women dying, I would
Alright.
rather men die so that there
World
are
War
more
Three,
women.
here we come. We need to kill at least 1 billion men.
So like what's the percentage of like women to men ratio in the military?
Very low.
Okay, so I think
Especially in
regardless,
combat roles.
yeah,
Combat roles, it's even lower.
I think naturally that's just gonna happen.
Yes.
Like if we had, some sort of combat or war, which, I don't even think it's gonna take men anymore, or lives, Yeah,
Of the-
combat.
Of the approximately 1.4 million service members, 14.5% are women.
What was that
I
number
think
again?
that's a
Sorry.
bit too high.
1.4 million and 14.5% are women. Looking up if I can find. I know I'm becoming educated on the topic. I'm not allowed to.
I'm barely listening, so yeah, no, you're fine. I'm
Yeah,
just
that
trying to
sounds
get
about right.
That is. So in the regular army, 1,055 women had accessed into combat specialties, while 653 women had completed training and were serving in combat roles. Interesting.
All right. I have another idea and another argument. All right. In the census.
But wait, Murrow, are we switching gear topic?
No. I'm still following on with yours.
Okay.
So currently, based on the U.S. Census, there are more females than males.
So, okay.
Which is a good thing.
That's
So
good.
yeah. So I think we're okay.
But I still want more. Like,
But I want that 2-to-1 ratio.
yeah, that where ideally we get a 2-to-1 ratio.
I fucking podcast to that, George.
A not very good one and not very structured. One without cameras too, which blows my mind. But
Yeah, I'll have it set up for next week.
I don't even know if my computer has a camera.
Just buy one. It's like $20 on Amazon.
Oh yeah. I mean, I didn't know we were actually doing this until like 2 days ago.
That is fair.
It was next day delivery.
Yeah, but I didn't even know
Yeah,
we were using cameras. I thought we were just gonna have Ryan use his camera and like how we do with Twitch.
But then what
Are you
would
gay? You like watching Ryan? Ugh.
sounds like a lot of homosexuality in this podcast. First, we want more women to die. Now we want to watch one man on camera. I don't know. Solo.
Wait.
I never said I wanted women to
No,
die.
I don't think anyone here said that we wanted more women to die. If more women die, it destroys the argument.
I thought you said you wanted more.
Yeah,
women
roll
in the
back the
military.
tape.
No.
More said more women should die
Currently,
because
we
the
are
dragon
allowed.
population would go down. Roll back the tape.
Monroe said he wanted more people to die in general.
And people under the umbrella of people is women, and therefore, if you want people to die, you want women to die. Ergo, you are gay.
Games, right. Let's not go that far.
But as of right now, there are more women than there are men. So if more people died, more men would. Wait. So no, we'd lose.
But more women would die than men.
Yeah, you're right.
People,
You're right.
odds are
You're right.
51 would be women or whatever.
Damn. All right, then I'm wrong.
All right, we have any more thoughts on that topic?
I don't.
All right.
Come on, Dan. You got to be more controversial.
All right, Dan, you're up. What's your topic?
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, this one's gonna be over quick, and when somebody else goes, I'll probably find something else to talk about. I just thought it would be funny because I know Ryan loves this person, but I think that Tim Tebow was probably one of the worst quarterbacks to ever play.
Okay, that's an interesting statistic.
Interesting.
Definitely.
One of the worst. That's just such a bold claim. One of the worst to ever play.
So,
No, okay.
let's
Not
acknowledge
to-
first.
Alright, hold
Let's
on.
acknowledge the change in pace. I like that, Dan.
No, okay.
Yeah, no.
Let me rewind it.
Hold up. I have an idea. I want this off the record. Okay. I think we fucked up, and I think we need a fifth person in the podcast.
Why
All right, everyone, hear me out. Alex North.
Yes.
I'm down. I
Oh,
accept.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna text him right now.
We could definitely pressure him into this, too.
Oh yeah, I feel like he definitely. I feel like he'd bring some interesting topics in, and I think it definitely would help because his internet persona is way different than his real persona. So.
Ooh.
So are we continuing? Or...
Yeah. Continue.
All right. So
Next
All
week,
right.
we'll get Alex North.
all right. So to be one of the for one of the quarterbacks to be praised like he is, like his stats just don't match up.
So,
What's his
so,
win
so are
loss
you
ratio in playoff
saying
games?
he's better or worse than Jamarcus Russell?
Oh, he's definitely better than Jamarcus Russell.
Okay.
But Jamarcus Russell is.
So you're
still
saying he's
praised.
overrated?
Yes,
Or-
he's very
okay.
overrated.
I don't want to
So-
say I agree with you, but I can see where you're coming from.
The fact that he
It's-
never threw only over 2,000 yards is
The-
one thing.
but the fact that he
ju-
didn't have to kind of proves how talented he is. You know what I mean? He won a playoff game without throwing that
Yeah.
much yards. Just means he's efficient.
Yeah, but you could also say he was matched up in the playoffs against a really bad team.
Was he though? I feel like he wasn't.
Yeah, I said that. I know.
Yeah, I know where you live.
Yeah, I know where you live. What up?
Yeah, but you
So
wouldn't
here-
drive out here.
Here's what my thought would be to that, right? So, like, what do you play football for, right? If you're a professional football player, do you play for the money? Do you play to win? I think most people would say you play to win, right?
Mhm.
If you've dedicated yourself to that much football.
Honestly,
pretty good.
I don't see that.
Okay, well, for the sake of my argument, we're gonna say you
Go
play to
ahead
win,
for that.
right?
Yeah.
Like from a fan's perspective, right? I don't care how much money they make. I want to see my team win, right?
Yeah.
Or so he's by that definition, he's better than every quarterback who didn't win a playoff game,
That's fair.
hands down. So like, how bad can he really be?
I mean,
What's his record in the NFL? Like
8-6.
across all teams, 8-6.
According to what I just looked up.
That's over 50%. I mean, it's not fucking. That's not that bad.
Did he really only play 3 seasons?
Yes, I believe that.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, career. He's 8-6. It looks like. He started 3 games in 2010, went 1-2, and then in 2011 he started 11 games, went 7-4. And of his 3 seasons, he won 1 playoff game, which isn't a terrible ratio considering there are some quarterbacks that have never been to the playoffs.
I just thought it would be funny because Ryan loves Tebow.
I do love Tim Tebow. I think he's a great athlete, a great person. But
I'm not saying he's not a great person.
But his 47.9% completion percentage does speak to your point.
Yes.
I think I could do better than that.
And the fact that he has 2,422 yards to his career.
But in all fairness, his career is only 14 games.
Why is that, though? I think I know.
I don't know. I mean, I guess winning a playoff game just isn't enough to...
yeah, but that release, anyone could anticipate where that ball was going.
Apparently, except for the team he beat in the playoffs, because he won the playoff game.
Well, because there's also a slant route.
I'm just saying. He won the playoff game. To Mike's point, the goal is winning.
Did he win the playoff game, or did Demaryius Thomas win that playoff game?
I mean, if there was nobody to throw the ball to Demaryius Thomas,
he won the whole game, so they would think he wasn't going to throw. So I think the only reason they won that game is because he threw that pass.
Yeah, you could make that argument for everyone too. Like do quarterbacks win Super Bowls or do teams win Super Bowls?
Okay.
Obviously, it's teams.
So yeah, and everyone else's argument is, oh, Brady didn't win all the Super. I'm not defending Brady. I fucking hate Brady.
Did he win those Super Bowls? That's a fact. We know that.
So can we go to? I'm trying to think of a quarterback. Give me a quarterback that's won Super Bowls.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay, so did he win those Super Bowls?
Oh, absolutely.
Or was it because James Harrison had a pick six and because Santonio Holmes made an amazing catch in the back of the end zone?
Antonio Holmes couldn't have made that catch if that ball wasn't thrown perfectly.
You put Mike Wallace. Would Mike Wallace have made that catch?
We're talking about receivers, not actual pieces of trash.
But he knew that Santonio Holmes would get the ball if he threw it right there.
Okay, but I'm just saying. It would have never come down to that. It would have never came down to that play if James Harrison made that pick six. Now, some people say that Tom Brady wouldn't have won that Super Bowl if Vinatieri made that kick. So it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. So basically, we're saying the same thing, that if Tim Tebow didn't make that throw, they wouldn't have won.
Okay.
But also, if Demaryius Thomas didn't make the catch, they wouldn't have won.
And then break like 2 tackles.
I don't know. Did he really break that many?
I think he
really break it. It seemed like it was.
I know
pretty
he
open.
stiff-armed one guy.
Yeah, but stiff-arming a Steelers cornerback isn't really breaking a tackle. That's just kind of walking into the end zone. You know what I mean? It's not. Wasn't that impressive?
Yeah, it didn't give him a chance to go helmet to helmet. What?
So, fun fact, right? So I'm looking up. I was trying to find Brett Favre's career win-loss ratio to see if it was better or worse than Tim Tebow's. He's 19-0 against the Detroit Lions. I didn't know that. He just never lost to the Detroit Lions.
Well, I don't know if you knew, up until last season, Ben Roethlisberger had the most wins in the Browns' home stadium of any quarterback.
But if you also think about it, how bad were the Lions all those years?
For 20 years.
Well, yeah, they've been fucking trash for 20
had Barry Sanders at some point during that.
Barry Sanders can't carry an entire team.
That's just funny that he's 19-0 against the team. That's just fucking funny. I can't find his career win-loss ratio though. It's kind of annoying.
But yeah,
I also like to point out the fact that Tim Tebow had 6 fourth quarter comebacks, which out of his 14 games is actually a pretty high. Means like a lot of the time, he's leading a comeback in the fourth quarter.
Less than 50%, yeah.
Yeah, but more than 33%.
No, so like his completion percentage is equal to his comeback percent.
So
That's probably
every
why
throw
he's so
he makes is him coming back from him missing all those throws in the beginning of the game.
It's either that or an interception.
Okay, okay.
Because based on his TD to INT ratio, it's either a touchdown or a pick.
so he's just a white version.
So what you're saying is he doesn't throw incompletions. He just doesn't always throw it to the correct team.
So
Yeah.
let me start my argument.
He was a white version of Jameis Winston.
All right, I'm gonna challenge the white version of Jameis Winston. Tim Tebow wasn't born in America. First of all, he was born in the Philippines.
Okay.
So he's a shit quarterback because he's from a different planet, right? This is American football.
Yeah,
Tim Tebow's career, he was 9-7.
I see. I think that's including the playoff game.
Mm.
I'm looking at regular season because that's the only one that matters.
Okay.
But you're bringing up the argument of the playoffs, and now you're changing.
No, when you look at individual stats like yards, touchdowns, stuff like that, regular season are all that matters. When you're looking at like who's better, most people's argument is that it's all about championships and playoff wins.
So Tim Tebow had a better win-loss ratio than Matt Ryan, Matthew Stafford, Cam Newton, Andy Dalton, Ryan Tannehill, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr. The list goes on.
So
Jared
he seems
Goff,
like he's a pretty good quarterback
he's a
to me.
Good quarterback.
The
Carson Wentz,
stats
he's better
back
than
it
Carson
up.
Wentz.
You can make the argument that the sample size is a little small, but the numbers don't lie. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah.
Carson Wentz is a Super Bowl champion, so
That's true. Like so's Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, you know what I mean? But Dan Marino
okay. Let's see. How many Super Bowls has Tim Tebow been in?
0.
Okay. Cam Newton's been to a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Matt Ryan's been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Tim Tebow's better than all those guys, but there are some guys on that list that I think have not been to a playoff game.
Has Matt Stafford even won a playoff game?
Has Matt Stafford ever been to a playoff game?
Yeah, he's been to.
That man had
Okay.
Johnson.
But then we go back to the whole.
That's it.
Then we go.
That's all he had.
Then we go back to the whole thing. Then we go back to the whole thing where the Lions have been shit for 20 years.
Okay,
now look at him on the Rams.
So I got a question though. Then, so Matt Stafford's been to 3 playoff games, has not won a single one. Is he better or worse than Tim Tebow's 1 playoff game that he won?
If you had to win 1 playoff game or you would die, would you rather have Matt Stafford or Tim Tebow?
I guess it would be Tim. Knowing no other factors, probably Tim Tebow based on those stats.
Nah, I pick Matt Stafford.
You'd pick Matt Stafford, like don't take into account the team, the receivers, anything else. It's just you have to pick one of these quarterbacks to win you a playoff game. You'd pick Matt Stafford. Your only statistics are Matt Stafford has not won one. Tim Tebow has. I like experience. You know what I mean?
Okay, but God damn it.
And the experience is in the pudding.
No.
Here's the thing: Tim Tebow is a winner when it comes to like tournaments. Like how many national championships? He has 2, right?
Oh, does he?
Dude just wins. Yeah, he almost won the Heisman twice too. The only reason he didn't win it is because they're like, it's kind of weird to give it to a guy twice, so they didn't.
All right. So you put Matt Stafford on that Broncos team. I think they'd be better.
I think you put Tim Tebow on the Lions, they'd be better. I can't back that up. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just making the statement.
Because let's say well no, I'm gonna jump on your point that you put Matt Stafford on that team and makes the team better. Okay, so we went from Tim Tebow to Peyton Manning, and what in 2 years they won a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, but that's also Peyton Manning.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm saying, but like, I consider Matt Stafford.
Wait, why isn't Peyton Manning on this list? What the fuck?
Wait for what?
I'm at the NFL quarterback win-loss records, and I just realized Peyton Manning is not on this list. What the fuck? Why isn't he on this list?
Okay.
It's from all teams for 1970 to present.
All right, real quick. So
It's really weird.
We go from Tim Tebow's 2012 year.
Eli Manning's not on.
No,
here
not
either.
2012.
How many?
2011.
Right.
What's up?
Sorry, Dan.
Yeah, go ahead.
5,000 yard seasons. Is that important to you? In a
Uh,
quarterback.
yeah.
A quarterback.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
goes
A
from-
5,000
Alright,
yard season is good. Yeah.
Okay, so how many 5,000 yard seasons does Tim Tebow have?
Okay. Is that 0?
How many does Matt Stafford have?
Does he have one?
He has one.
Okay. All right.
Okay, better quarterback.
But so
Done.
what you're telling me is
So
he throws for almost twice as much as all of Tim Tebow's career, but still couldn't win a playoff game. That just means those yards are garbage yards. Tim
I would also
Tebow doesn't throw for
okay.
a lot, but when he does, he makes it count.
But
I
you
would
also
go back to the
Perfect.
point where
you
Tim Tebow didn't have
also-
Calvin Johnson, right?
True.
okay.
Exactly.
When did Calvin Johnson retire? So
I don't know. Fucking a while ago.
2015, I think.
2015. Okay, Matt Stafford still threw for 4,262 yards.
That's not 5,000.
Yeah, it's not 5,000.
Okay, it's not less than 2,000.
And did he win a playoff game that season?
No, but
All right.
you got to also look at
End
the
of
defense.
argument.
That's like everyone. I'm gonna bring this up because I'm sick of it. That's like everybody bringing up Dan Marino's a shit quarterback because he didn't win a Super Bowl. They had no defense. So how do you know that the Lions didn't have a shit defense that year?
They did.
Yeah, I know
We
they
that
did
for a fact that we did.
because they had the first overall pick like 3 years in a row.
And they still couldn't win a Super Bowl.
Who else was on the team those years, though?
Okay, so 2016 was it 2016?
What, the
year?
Lions?
Yeah.
No, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Matt Stafford's completion percentage went up after Calvin Johnson retired.
That's because
I
Calvin
believe it.
Johnson was apparently a terrible receiver. That's a topic for another episode.
That's like the fucking
I
comment
don't know.
that
Looking
my
at
one
these,
coworker tried
these
to make.
fucking Matt Stafford stats, and I understand why he's in the league and Tim Tebow isn't.
Yeah,
Pretty easily.
Look, all I'm saying is, if someone put a gun to my head, it was like, you need to win one playoff game.
okay.
So I'm not discounting that Tim Tebow doesn't. He wasn't a traditional quarterback. Like he was dual
Yeah.
threat. I'm not
I
denying.
think that's why he's not in the league. Is because he's not traditional. He wasn't
Yes.
good enough to just throw the ball,
Exactly.
but he still wins playoff.
Yeah. No, I'm not denying that. But I don't think just the state of the game when he played, it did not make sense for. It makes sense why he's no longer in the league.
I think
Yeah,
because he
He's
was
gonna adapt.
good, I think because he was good that year, and I'm not saying he was bad that year. The reason he was good that year, no one had him figured out. Once
Yeah.
teams figure a player out and they're not really that great, it's over. Look at Colin Kaepernick. I'm not saying it's over for him, but
It is.
look at
it's over.
no. I'm not talking about Colin Kaepernick. I'm not. This is the next person I'm about to say. I'm not saying it's over for him, but he's playing like shit this year. Look at Patrick Mahomes. People have him kind of figured out, and he can't do anything right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's what
Um,
happens. You know, he has
Look at Cam Newton. He can't. He's not even on a team anymore. He was shit
Fair.
on the Patriots.
Definitely
where-
fair. I think those
shit.
people make good backup quarterbacks because like your main
Yeah.
quarterback goes down and you could throw in some like weird
Yeah.
shit on your offense that people would not be ready
Yeah,
for.
like Mike White. Is that his name or Matt White? Mike White. The Jets quarterback that threw like 400 yards
yeah,
last week.
Mike White.
Yeah, and now this past week he actually went off again, but then got hurt. It's like they don't have these players figured out, and that's why they get praise. And I blame the one person who should be blackballed by the ESPN. Skip Bayless coming at me.
Von Miller.
Well, yeah, they don't have Von Miller. They didn't have Von Miller yet. That's what I'm trying to say. The only
Yeah, but even still,
the only receiver that's actually doing stuff is Cooper Kupp, and you can make that same argument with what?
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, yeah. Before you said that, I was gonna ask. All right, guys, tell me who the number one receiver in the Rams is, and seeing if either of these guys.
Isn't Cooper Kupp like on pace
Yes.
to break like some big record or something?
He's on pace for like
pace.
21 touchdowns.
He's on pace to break Calvin Johnson's record significantly.
Oh, so they have a guy even better than Calvin Johnson. No wonder he's doing good.
Okay. Well, now
Well, he practiced with Calvin Johnson. Now he has his apparent heir. So, it makes sense.
Calvin
Alright, so
Johnson was
Calvin
just making
Johnson's
sure Matt
height-
Stafford would be ready.
now Calvin Johnson's height is 6'5".
Okay.
Cooper Kupp is what, 6'2"? Maybe?
6'2".
Yeah.
So
Again, he's more efficient. Similar production with less height. That's more efficient per inch.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of bad to compare him to an actual good quarterback. I don't know why we're comparing him to Matt Stafford and
He has a higher win percentage, and he's won a playoff game.
He has a higher win percentage because my guy only played 3 seasons.
And in those 3 seasons, he
he
won
barely-
more than he lost.
So hold on, I'm gonna
Alright,
look at Matt Stafford's stats one more time, and I want to see if I can find his best seasons, best 3 seasons,
we
and
need
if
to
he has a
find
higher.
a quarterback that has a similar sample size that Tim Tebow had, where he did not play very long.
I'm trying
Alright.
to think.
Find a QB who's played only 14 regular season games.
Your one argument before was Jamarcus Russell. That is not fair because he is the biggest bust in the NFL, maybe of all time.
Ryan Leaf.
I don't know about that.
Jamarcus Russell's only funny because he got paid a bunch of fucking money to do absolutely nothing.
But the thing is,
so did Sam Bradford.
I think Ryan Leaf might have been better than Jamarcus Russell.
No, Sam Bradford got paid to get hurt.
Yeah. Like
That wasn't till later.
in all honesty, Ryan Leaf was probably better than Jamarcus Russell. I don't think did he ever win a game?
Marcus Russell? That's a good question, actually.
Win game? Yeah, no, he won games. It probably wasn't him, but
He was on the team when they won some games.
Like, did Ryan Leaf maybe show up to practice drunk? Yes. But did he show up 300 and something pounds?
Also, no. To be fair, Jamarcus Russell did play 3 seasons.
All right.
Yeah, but we're not comparing that.
No.
I don't know. I think this is a good comparison.
So hold on. Out of Matt Stafford's 13-year career, 8 of them were losing seasons. So, like, statistically, he's going to lose. In his career, he's lost more games than he has won. So, like,
Yes, but
can't
also
say that
look
about
at the
Tim
team.
Tebow.
But also look at the team he was put on.
Okay.
If he was a good quarterback, he could make the team better, like Tim Tebow did.
Yeah.
But the defense. You gotta look at the defense.
He should have played defense. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Okay, I will say this. I think Tim Tebow on defense would be better than Matt Stafford on defense.
Oh, no shit.
So by that logic, Tim Tebow has potential to make a defense better, where Matt Stafford literally does not have that ability.
Oh my god.
So by that logic, I'd say Tim Tebow is the better quarterback.
No,
I'm
that's
so
not
sad
the
that Tim
position.
Tebow got cut before he got to play at tight end. We could throw that in there too.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, he
Look at
did
that.
get signed as a tight end. Matt Stafford never did.
He's definitely a more versatile player. Definitely more versatile.
Okay, we can also look at the fact that when did Tim Tebow come into the league? 2010?
Sure.
Yeah, Matt Stafford came into the league 2009, and Matt Stafford is still playing.
But still hasn't won a playoff game.
Yes, because the
Taking
team,
that long to not even win a playoff game, bro.
Tim
Imagine
Tebow
being put
showed
on a
up, won a
team.
playoff game, and then never started again.
And
That's
was like, nah, bro,
that's
I don't
just
need to
him.
do this.
That's called swag.
Hold on. Okay.
I'm just looking at all these records that Matt Stafford currently owns.
Okay.
But
Right?
you want to know what
He's-
record he
he's got some
doesn't have?
crazy
A playoff win record.
yards.
Okay. So
How many times has Matt Stafford been on ESPN? Exactly.
Wow, he was actually the fastest player to reach 15, 20, 25, 30, and 40,000 passing yards. It's actually crazy.
I'm trying to look at Tim Tebow's NFL records.
okay. So Tim Tebow's offense that year.
Look at his
He had
playoff
Will-
record. It's better than Matt
Yeah.
Stafford's.
All right. He had Willis McGahee. Eric Decker, Eddie Royal, what's his name? Who's the receiver I said?
I don't know.
before?
You're reading the list.
I'm sorry, are we comparing whose receivers are better or who's the better quarterback?
No, but the team around him. You can't. Like, Willis McGahee almost had 2,000 yards rushing. I don't even remember the last. If you asked me who the last good running back that the
Broncos.
Lions had,
Oh.
was Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
Was Barry Sanders. So they had no run game.
Didn't they
Oh,
just
that's
have
funny.
didn't they have like Reggie Bush, Adrian Peterson, and all these other guys at the end of their careers?
Okay, I said good running backs, Ryan.
Oh yeah, my bad. Adrian Peterson's not good. Sorry.
Oh no, okay. I didn't hear Adrian Peterson. I heard Reggie Bush, and
Reggie Bush was really good at one point.
yeah,
For
on
a
the
few
Saints.
years.
On the Saints.
Yeah.
And then he had a bounce back in Miami where he had 1,000 yards rushing, and then I think broke his leg. But
Unfortunate.
you that's like making the argument: would Brady have as many Super Bowls as he had with his receivers? With Randy Moss, with Rob Gronkowski.
Didn't he not even win one with Randy Moss?
No, I think he won one. I think before they lost to the Giants.
No, that was the first year they had Randy Moss.
Okay, so yeah, he probably won one later. I don't know, maybe he didn't, but like all of his receivers that he always had because he took pay cuts. There's nobody ahead.
You know who never had to take a pay cut?
Oh my
Tim
God.
Tebow.
Because he never got paid.
He was too busy winning playoff games to care about his paycheck.
Moss made 2 Super Bowl appearances, 42 with the Patriots, and 47 with the 49ers.
I didn't even know he was on the team that year.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah,
neither.
It was like a
Super
third
Bowl
string.
42.
That means he
Was that
doesn't
the
have a
helmet
Super
catch?
Bowl win, so he did not win.
Yeah.
I think that was the helmet catch, right?
What?
The Super Bowl 42.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
year that.
The
So,
helmet
so
catch
what you're
that
saying is,
Black
even
Super-
with one of the best receivers of all time, Brady still could not win the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yes.
So he is trash. That's
Yes.
guaranteed.
So that's what I'm trying
No,
to
wait. But Randy Moss isn't the greatest Super Bowl. He never won a Super Bowl. He's been to 2.
Oh shit! Hang on, you're onto something there.
Yeah,
He's a
that's-
terrible receiver.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, hang on, what receivers have won?
What
Won a
receiver has
Super
won a Super Bowl?
Has Ted Ginn won a Super Bowl?
Probably
Okay.
like Wes Welker. or
So
something.
now we're gonna get into this. You know who has won a Super Bowl?
Who?
Receiver? Demarius Thomas.
Exactly.
But it was not Tim Tebow that year.
But it was
What's
Peyton
your
Manning, so-
point?
It was
It also wasn't
it was
Matt
Peyton
Stafford.
Manning. Okay, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, Peyton Manning's a good quarterback. He's
We're
won
not-
Super Bowls. We know that.
I never brought up the Matt Stafford shit. I don't know who.
But
brought
so what
this
we're
up.
saying is we're
No, you
comparing
said
them.
Tim
So
Tebow was trash, but statistically, Tim Tebow was better than.
So we're gonna talk about the best receivers of all time, and that's Mike Wilson, John Stallworth, and Lynn Swann.
because they got the
Those
most
are
Super
the-
Bowls, right?
Those are the 3 best receivers of all time, with their 4 Super Bowls. each.
Yeah.
Please tell me one of them rode the bench for all of them.
Nah, Lynn Swann and John Stallworth were on the Steelers. They were actually really good. I know who they are. I don't know who that other guy is. He may have been a bench warmer.
Please tell me he rode the bench.
You're not gonna put Andre Reed in that?
Who?
The Bills receiver who went to 4 straight Super Bowls.
Didn't win.
Didn't
Yeah, I
win
know.
yet.
win.
That's the joke.
The guy probably has a lot of playoff wins to his name, but it doesn't matter.
I know, that's the joke. They did that in Pros versus Joes where he was going up against the Joe and he made a tape. He's like, hey, I wanted to go up against a Super Bowl receiver, but I guess those 4 losses will count. And it just panned over to Andre Reed. He's like, I'm going to kill him.
Do you guys know who has like the most like Pro Bowls as a special teamer for the AFC?
Is that the guy from
No,
the
hold on.
Patriots?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Slater.
he's like one of those top receivers of all time. He's always been a punt returner because he's got 3 Super Bowls. He's on par with Jerry Rice and Michael Irvin.
Yeah, statistically, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're all in agreement that because Tim Tebow has that playoff win, it puts him above a lot of other quarterbacks.
No. Matt Stafford's still playing. I think
Yeah,
if you can
he's
get
got
to the
time.
Super Bowl, okay. So
If he can get a playoff win, he'll be tied with
Okay.
Tim Tebow.
Can we talk about the receiver? Okay, this is gonna end all arguments. The receiver that Tim Tebow had that year was Brandon Lloyd. Case closed.
I don't know who that is.
yeah, he has a rap album. So
Yeah, he has the song that what's his name walks out to in Blue Mountain State. So
All right.
If it's not Champions by Meta World Peace, I don't want to fucking hear it.
But yeah, so their defense also had Von Miller, Champ Bailey.
did they have Von Miller win?
And their
Yeah.
offense had Tim Tebow. You can't deny the fact that that playoff winning team had an offense with Tim Tebow on it.
They didn't have a team without Tim Tebow on.
Like, if Tim Tebow did not go out there onto the field, they wouldn't have won because nobody would be there to catch the snap.
Why couldn't Tim Tebow have won a Super Bowl as a backup somewhere? Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, that would have really settled this debate once and for all. Would have been better than
Yeah.
Dan Marino.
Fuck off.
I guess no.
That's what I'm saying. Matt Stafford still has time to become better than Dan Marino. And it might happen this year. I don't know.
This year, he's probably going to become at least on par with Tim Tebow, if not one playoff win better. But I don't know if he's going to.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
find it real quick.
Yeah, I don't know where.
Can't trust him for sure because he hasn't won a playoff game before.
Exactly. He has all these accolades and records and nonsense. And
The one accolade that's missing is winning a playoff game.
All right, who's next?
to me.
Yeah, it's you. 'Cause,
All right. Trying to think of the best way to word this.
oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right.
Arnold did mention that I was going to rub some people the wrong way.
All right. Are
Alright,
traps considered
Oh, here we
transsexuals?
go.
Okay. No, traps are not transsexuals because traps are they're men. They're biological
Yeah.
males who know that they are males, but they dress and act like women. And that's why they're called traps, because they trap people. They allure you in by making you think they're a woman, and then you realize they're a guy, and by the time you realize, you're already pretty much fucking, so it's too late. It's a trap. That's my
Okay.
argument.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike.
I pretty much agree with that, right? It's like they're in like drag, I guess would be the way to say it, right?
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They intentionally mislead you. So, I mean, I don't think they would be trans. Like they might be trans and they're pre-op, and they just haven't been there yet. So like they might like
Okay.
internally feel like they're a woman, and like they act like one. But like I feel like if they're not clear, to Ryan's point, like they're still trapped.
And it's if they believe themselves to be a woman and like identify as a woman, that would make them transgender. But if they know they're men, they don't argue that point, and they're like, yeah, I am a man, but I'm very feminine, and try to trap men, then you're a trap, not trans.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't know what the I don't know politically correctness if traps do consider themselves trans. I don't care. That's just, these are the facts here. At least in my point of view. My facts.
No, I pretty much agree with that.
Dan, do you have an opinion on this?
I mean, I pretty much agree with you. I just don't understand how you be fucking them already without realizing they got a dick.
So Dan,
Alright.
here's the thing, right? So like girl meets you, right? It's like, hey, I think you're really cool. Let's go on a date. You go on a date, right? You go back to her place. She's sucking your cock. You're like, all right, cool. Like let's fuck. And then like you pull down her panties and there's just a fucking schlong. You're already butt ass naked because you were just sucking dick.
I'm walking out.
Yeah,
So-
like that's how you could easily get to that point before you realize.
So
Yeah, but Ryan said you're already fucking them.
but like, I mean, you
So-
already had your dick sucked by a man. You're
If
already
you're
gay.
butt ass naked.
Like, you've already like established the fact that you are homosexual because you had your dick sucked by a man. Like, why not at least finish? It's not more gay, right?
Fair.
I mean,
What the fuck?
I don't know. I'm just trying to understand your logic for after you've had your dick sucked by this man.
Yeah, I'm walking out if that ever happens.
So it's so
Just
like
the rage.
okay. So you're saying what if you hadn't seen the dick? Would you have it wouldn't have mattered, right? Like if
What if you came in another man's mouth, Dan? That's fucking. You might as well just finish, dude. You're
Yeah.
already gay.
Why,
that's
why are
what
you
I'm
guys
saying.
targeting me?
No,
What
no,
the fuck?
because you said you would
'Cause you're
walk
the-
out. And so
Yeah,
I just I want to propose this scenario where like let's say she's sucking your dick or he's sucking your dick. I don't know what the term is, and like Mike said, you finish in its mouth. Like
It's
you're okay with that. You go home. You had a good night, and
Was it
unknowingly
good?
you just let a man suck your dick until completion. Now, like, what if you had gone a step further, and she said, "Okay, fuck me in the ass," and you did. You didn't see the dick because you're so blinded by your own horniness, and then you finished, and then after you finished, you realized that was a man. Like, are you gonna go home and be like, "Yeah, I had sex tonight," or are you gonna go home contemplating your sexuality?
going straight to a bridge and jumping off. No,
Okay,
I don't know.
all right.
What the actual fuck?
I'm just trying. I'm just it's hypotheticals.
All right.
But
You guys-
I guess I don't.
We're all in agreement.
Murrow, so you also agree with that point, Murrow? I didn't hear.
Yeah, because I brought this up to my friend because I was just like, oh yeah, I don't I don't consider cross dressing like being trans. Like I think it lies under their
yeah, it could be.
LGBT
Yeah,
Let's
fucking
trans cross dress before if they're like pre-op, right?
yeah.
but
So like I think
But that doesn't mean.
you can still be
once you-
trans without having an operation done. You could still identify as a
Yeah,
woman and stuff
Of course,
like that.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you're trans at that point.
You don't think so?
No, I think either if you until you're either on any kind of like hormones
Okay.
or any operation, I don't think you're considered trans.
Okay, so you can say like hormones are kind of like the line. Like once you start taking hormones, you're officially trans.
Yeah, I
Okay.
believe that.
I agree
like,
with that.
I could think I'm a fucking F-150, Ford truck, but like I'm not until like I put the wheels on,
But
right?
until you have a muffler up your ass, you're still a man.
Until then, I'm still a man.
Like that's fair. I understand that.
Until I start drinking fucking 30 WD fucking oil, like I haven't made any kind of changes to my body. I'm
Yeah,
still.
but what if you're
the gender.
14 and you think you might be the other gender, even though you're biologically not? Like in your head, you're like I'm a woman, even though I have a penis, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you go to your parents, you're like, look, I think this is what's up. I want some hormones. Your parents say no. Like what do you do then? Like it's not up to you, right?
Yeah.
In that instance.
You're under your parents' law until you're 18 and you could leave.
Yeah, but like that person is by like all rights, they would be considered a trans child.
I guess so. Yeah.
They're just-
No.
they're just not-
Yeah.
Okay.
not there
Okay.
yet
So
because they haven't done hormones.
I'm sure there's like if you went to a psychologist, I'm sure they would tell you there's certain criteria to be psychologically considered transgender or have that gender dysphoria, whatever it's called.
Okay, it's
I don't
official.
know.
We had to take a field trip, Ryan. You're posing as a. We need some answers.
I mean, I do have a trans friend that I play Dota with. I could,
All right, get her on.
I'm not on it now.
get it on. Go on.
Oh god, we're gonna be banned so fast.
That's a
Do you
good.
think we're making it to the second episode? I don't think
if
we
we're
are.
good enough to get banned, I'll be happy. Because that
If we
means
get enough
that means
publicity.
at least one person watched us, and that would make me happy.
Thank
or
you,
listen,
FRG.
because we don't have video. So
Next
yeah,
week.
thank you,
Next-
FRG.
Hi, Ryan. I think you
All
might
right.
be up.
So my topic is I came across this article the other day where so Minneapolis just recently had a vote about whether or not to basically abolish the police department and replace it with a Department of Public Safety that was
Did this
more than
happen a
just
while
police.
ago?
Nah, they just voted on it
years ago?
recently, and it was rejected, obviously, because some would say it's a terrible idea. But the idea of getting rid of the police department, this whole defund the police movement, is actually somewhat appealing to me. Because, in my opinion, if there's no cops, means there's no laws. No laws means it's the Wild West, and I could basically be a cowboy or an outlaw. I could do whatever I want and carry a 6-gun on my hand, dueling people in the middle of the town. And I just think that would be fun because their idea is that instead of a police officer showing up to a lot of crime scenes, it would be a social worker, meant to deal with mental issues or people with mental issues and stuff like that. And me, we all know I got issues. So they wouldn't send a police officer after me. That'd be a hate crime. They'd send a social worker. And I'm like 90% sure I could take most social workers in a fight. So, like, I could pretty much do whatever I want. So I would have voted in favor of getting rid of this police department. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on that.
Okay, so
Wait, you're voting for away with the police department?
Yes, I'm voting get rid of the police department so that I can do whatever I want to do with no laws.
Okay.
Okay, so now think of a home invasion.
I can kill him.
Okay,
I will duel them in my
Yeah.
living room.
Just a gun, just fucking
Okay.
shoot them.
okay, you're at work.
Okay.
Just fucking shoot them.
No, dang, you're at work.
I don't work anymore.
I don't have to work because I don't have to pay bills because
So someone's
nobody can
invading
force
your
it.
home, right? While you're at work, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So you get home, right, and you find out you're just like, fuck, someone took my shit. You just take your neighbor's shit. What are they gonna do? Call the social worker?
Exactly. And it's
We're
like
gonna
if,
sit down and talk about it.
Like every town would form like small communities of like the Chad that has everything, and like the non-Chads that are like, if I don't fight against this guy, he'll at least feed me, right? Like that's what every town would become, the guy who just takes everything, and everyone else is just chilling.
yeah, and
I
I mean,
like
what-
that.
if I'm at work, it's not like I'm going to be around to call the police anyway.
No, but I'm saying like,
Oh, like to
Okay.
investigate it or something.
well, no, like, okay, I don't really want to bring this into it, but like, okay, Amanda's home.
Okay.
She works from home.
You could just shoot them.
Yeah, she could shoot them.
Okay, what if she doesn't have a gun? What if you had the gun with you?
Give
She
her a
should
gun.
have a gun. I'd have a lot of guns.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a good idea to get rid of. Like, I'm not saying. police
Now
are
here's the
good.
thing: what if like 20 people form a band and try to break into your house?
I
Right.
would be leading that band.
You're wrong.
I know where all the goods are.
I would get all the boys and we'd
You see that
Counter
computer right
attack.
there? Too heavy, not worth picking up.
I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second.
I can just picture right now, man, just literally hearing him like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
How Tim Tebow's a transsexual.
How Tim Tebow is a transsexual, and now that he identifies as a woman, he's not allowed to see combat in the military.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and because of this, you found. Love that he has found. He's no longer
And-
allowed in the military.
That needs to be the title of this fucking video.
Yeah, and now that he's out of the military, he can't become a cop because they defunded the police.
Tim
The
Tebow's a
clickbait is real.
Tim Tebow's a transsexual who isn't allowed to fight combat in the military.
All right, I'm back. What did I miss?
We decided on the title for the video.
Okay, what is it?
Tim Tebow's a transsexual, so he can no longer serve in a combat job in the military.
All right, write that down.
Due to the fact that his local police force has been defunded.
All right.
It is now the Wild West.
The thumbnail is gonna be like cowboys dueling.
Not Tim Tebow with a fucking
It's Tim Tebow with lipstick on,
All right,
holding
all
a
right.
gun, dueling another person.
I'm not
We
that
might need to spend
proficient at
money.
Photoshop, but I'm sure I could find Tim Tebow as a woman.
Hold on, I know someone who's really good at Photoshop.
I know someone that's very bad at it.
Me.
Tim Tebow in a cowboy hat and assless chaps.
So did we get everybody's opinion on this topic about defunding the police?
Because so Mike, is it against your argument that it would become the Wild West? But I think he has reservations of the idea of defunding the police.
So yeah, so I guess if you wanted a civilized society with like rules and organization and stuff like that, 100% police force is necessary. If you defund the police, it's just going to cause exactly what I said. It's going to be the Wild West. So I guess if you like safety and security, then yeah, I'm wrong, and you should not defund the police. But
Yeah.
All right.
if you don't really care,
Just
if you're
instead
here
of
for a
revol-
good time, not a long time, it's all about the Wild West.
Yeah, instead of the one outlaw with the revolver, it's now an outlaw with an AR-15 and extendo mag.
AR-15 is a
Imagine not
scary
being
word.
from a state where that people just have that anyways.
Right. Nah, in a lot of states, like a majority of the population is already armed to the teeth. And,
Well, yeah.
those states typically have the least amount of crime.
But then you get that one crazy guy who's like, "Oh, I can just go rob this place."
And
Here's
then
the
that
thing.
guy gets shot by everybody else in the store.
If I'm a burglar, I am not breaking into any house in Arizona. The
Oh, yeah.
likelihood that that person has a gun and knows how to use it is too high.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
like, you might get away with it once or twice, but like you're probably gonna end up dead. That's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Now, if it's New
But then
Jersey,
again-
I know those people probably don't have guns because it's hard to
Yeah.
get a gun in New Jersey.
Yeah, it's fair.
I'd break into that house all day.
Now, at the same time, right? I guess burglars, they're not exactly in like the right state of mind, right? They might not be thinking clearly. They might be thinking, "Oh, I can get away with it," and that's what leads them to do it, anyways.
Or they may
Especially
not
if
care
they've
if they
got
get
a-
away with it. They may just want to go out and kill people, and that's going to happen
Sure.
regardless. You know what I mean? Like you could do that with a knife. You could run into a crowded area and just start stabbing people. See how many you kill before you get shot or something.
All right, see who can get a high score.
But now, if we okay, in that scenario, if we had the police, you see this happening, guys running around the mall stabbing people, you call the police, right? And they take 5-10 minutes to get there. In that amount of time, that guy probably stabbed 90 people. Now, let's say this is the Wild Wild West, and a guy comes up and stabs somebody. Everybody else in that area is already armed and ready to kill other people if the situation arises. That man does not get to kill as many people because everybody else in the area has already shot him and then probably started shooting each other. But that's not the point. So the point is, not waiting on the police could actually be better.
Yeah, I don't know where to go with this.
All right, my friend who's pretty good with Photoshop said he'll see what he can do. I told him I need a picture of Tim Tebow in a cowboy hat with eyeliner and lipstick.
No questions asked.
I need a favor. I need a picture of Tim Tebow in a cowboy hat with eyeliner and lipstick. He goes, I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Well, because he's thinking one of two things. It's either A, for a meme, in which case that'd be funny. On the other hand, you might be jerking off to it, and he's just not comfortable knowing which of the two it is. Because if you ask, hey, is this for a meme, and you say no, now it's up to his imagination. He doesn't want that in his head.
Probably. It's good stuff.
Is it?